Now that you know what a cladogram is and what it looks like, we're going to look at how to create a cladogram. We're going to do this in a couple of steps, and the first is to gather some information about the individuals that you want to organize. And here, our individuals are going to be some writing implements. First, we have a regular yellow pencil with graphite or lead that we write with. We have a mechanical pencil that you have to click to get the lead out of, but it's still a pencil. We have a black pen that writes. It has a clicker, and it writes with black ink. And we have a red pen, which is, the pen itself is red. It writes with red ink, and it has a clicker as well to allow you to write with it. So our characteristics are that all of these things write. We have a pencil. We have a pencil with a clicker. We have a pen with black ink. We have a pen with colored ink. So our step 2 is going to be to organize these into a chart as such here. And we're going to put down the side here, we're going to write down what the implements are. So we have the yellow pencil. We have the mechanical pencil. We have the black pen. And we have the red pen. Across the top, we're going to put the characteristics. And the first one we had is that everything can be used to write. The next characteristic we had is that they all have clickers. The next characteristic is ink. And finally, we have one pen that writes with red ink. So if we look at the characteristics that each has and check them off, we find that the only thing the yellow pencil has is that you can write with it. The mechanical pencil, you can write with it, and it has a clicker. The black pen writes, has a clicker, and you write with ink with this pen. And the red pen, you can write with it. It has a clicker, it has ink, but it has red ink, so it's a little bit special. So we see that the yellow pencil has one characteristic, the mechanical pencil has 2, the black pen has 3, and the red pen has 4. We can use this information then to make a cladogram. And to construct that, we're going to use a line that points up to the right. At the bottom will be the characteristic that all have, and that characteristic would be that you can write with it. Okay? And the characteristic that of writing, you can have only, the only utensil that just writes is the yellow pencil. So we'll put that in a line coming out of something called a node, which is the place where the line that goes up to the individual intersects the line that's our basis for our cladogram. So the yellow pencil can write. The next characteristic we had was a clicker. So we'll put that with the next characteristic. And then somewhere above that will go the mechanical pencil. Okay. The next node we had was ink. And the black pen fits all of those characteristics. It has ink, it has a clicker, and we can write with it. The final characteristic was colored ink. And only one of the utensils had colored ink, and it was red, and that's the red pen. So you can see that the red pen has all of the characteristics below it. The black pen has all of the characteristics below it, but it doesn't have the one characteristic that the red pen does. So we can kind of organize our individuals in this way and come up with kind of a phylogeny or a family tree. Now there's one other term we need to look at here. That term would be a clade. And I'm going to circle the black pen. I'm going to circle the red pen and the characteristic here. So a clade is a group of organisms that includes a common ancestor that has all of the traits. And here would be the node with common ancestor. So if you look at the relationships here, you can see that you can learn a couple of different things from this cladogram. You can learn probable relationships between all these individuals. You can learn the probable sequence of origins, and you can learn a probable common ancestor. And we don't know for sure what that common ancestor exactly is, but we know that there was one there. So please refer back to this. Also, you have a link to a CK12 textbook, and refer back to this as you are working on your assignment. Next.